Every day I'm shot calling. I'm a spray champagne, make it rain just to let you know.
Yo, what's up everybody? It's your boys, Casey and Travis here. This week's show we will be going over the NBA playoff race and not necessarily predictions, but just what we're going to say for the rest of the week here, the last week before the playoffs. We'll also be going over the Masters as well as just regular top takes.
Right. So at number 4, guys, we have Conor McGregor, a.k.a. the Notorious One.
AKA.
Got a little tight this past week and supposedly threw a dolly through a bus window.
Yeah, he's actually being charged with 3 misdemeanor accounts of assault, and he's also being charged with 1 account of criminal mischief.
Isn't it mischief?
No, it's mischief.
It does say mischief.
That's just how it's spelled. Doesn't mean that's how it's pronounced.
We'll look it up later.
Okay. Anyways, I'm not really sure what the backstory is here. I haven't heard anything about what caused this. I've seen the video of the dolly going through the bus window, and what do you think this means for his fighting career, as it was already sketchy going into the UFC fight upcoming?
Well, clearly Conor has had like major anger problems.
Yeah.
I mean, we've known that.
Yeah, he's always been an outspoken person who doesn't give a
shit, really.
Yeah. Yeah. What should I say?
But for his fighting career, I mean, this is tough because this is what his career is based off of.
Very true. Very true.
Somewhat anger.
That's what drives that sport in a sense, is anger, is adrenaline. Just like with any other sport, adrenaline takes a huge part in that. And
definitely a mental type of...
This is definitely just, I saw Dana White said that when he was asked like what's going on with the UFC fight, that he said, do you want to do business with Conor McGregor right now? Nobody wants to do business with him at the moment. Right. And that was the interview.
Which makes sense. I mean, no one wants that type of drama involved.
Yeah, I just hope he ends up getting out of it, but
yeah.
As to me, I don't think he's going to. I think this is going to be it for a little while, for a couple months minimum.
Right.
Anyways, guys, at number 3, we have Kyrie having a season-ending injury. Not necessarily an injury, but season-ending surgery. He's getting 2 screws taken out of his knee. What do you think is going to do for the playoffs for the Celtics? Yes, obviously they're 100% in. There's no doubt about that. But what do you think this leaves? How much of a run do you think they're going to get now that he's gone?
I think they're still going to get past the first round. I saw a thing where 6th through 8th seed is kind of trying to tank the rest of the season to go against the Celtics rather than the Raptors. But the Celtics still have a bright future in Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Terry Rozier.
Yeah, the thing that worries me is the playoff experience of the team because they are so young. Yes, they do have some playoff experience on the team, but without Kyrie there, Kyrie was a huge part of their season, let alone off-season. Yes, they've been good without him since he's left and in the beginning of the season and the games he didn't play.
Not to mention Gordon Hayward being out as well.
Exactly. And they're not even sure if he's going to play in the playoffs, if Hayward's going to play in the playoffs at all. But that's one thing that worries me is how far can they go without that key player? They've lost 2 of their key players, 2 of the biggest pickups.
Yeah.
How far can they go into the playoffs?
I just hope. I saw that Al Horford tweeted, "Let the teams tank or whatever, and we're just ready for the playoffs."
Yeah,
I really hope they bring stuff.
Yeah,
to the
they're
table.
still a great team. Yeah, it doesn't change the fact that even if they didn't have Kyrie or Gordon Hayward all season, they would still be a top 8 team. It wouldn't matter. They're just that good. Their team is that good. I just don't know how far they can push the playoffs. They pushed the season far with what they've had, and I don't know how much farther they can push it losing Kyrie. Rip to my boy, by the way. Repping Kyrie all day.
How long do you think they want to go? I mean, obviously they want to go to the championship.
Obviously they want to get a chip, but
in all honesty,
with their expectations minimum is to win the chip, win the conference minimum. But if I was Brad Stevens, I would sit down and say, I hope we can get to the finals, the conference finals, not the NBA finals. I hope we can get to the conference finals. But the conference finals, as a Raptors fan, I'd like to see the Raptors actually get to the NBA finals. Do I think we can win it? Yes. I don't think we will, though. I think we can, but if we make it, we're not going to win it. It's not our year. Every year we go one step farther. If we get to the finals, we're going to lose, and then we'll be back next year. Next year's going to be our year. We're going to win next year.
I do hope to see the Raptors in. I mean, say it's the Raptors and Rockets. I mean, that's 2 really good backcourts.
Yeah, that's 2 really good backcourts.
Lowry and DeRozan, Paul and Harden, I mean,
Yeah,
that's
two of the best duos in the league.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do. It's all what happens in the front court at that point. And
front court depth in the benches.
very true, very true.
So at number 2, we're going to be talking about the playoff race as a whole throughout the league.
A little bit more in depth than what we just went on.
Right. So obviously in the Western Conference, it's a lot tighter than the East.
Yeah, I mean, the top two, there's no doubt that they're going to be the top two, and
Right.
the 1 seed has been locked up for a while, just like the East. It's been locked up for, I believe, a couple
About a
days
week,
now,
yeah.
about a week.
Yeah.
But the Western Conference, at the snap of a finger, just with the games last night, all the games that happened last night, it was like all these are pretty much potential playoff matchups.
Yeah.
I mean, not necessarily playoff matchups. I don't want to say that because some of them obviously can't play each other because of the separation.
Right.
But
But definitely influence.
they were all 4 to 8 seed.
Yeah.
4 to 10 seed because of how close it is. I believe I saw this morning it's a game and a half separates 4th seed through the 9th seed. Is 1.5 games. That's how much it can change. They don't even know who they're gonna play yet. As for the West, it's a toss up. That's why we haven't done NBA playoff predictions yet. We'll be doing that next week. Hopefully, we'll hopefully be doing this next Saturday. But it's tough to tell. Obviously, it'll be set by then, but we're just not sure if it's going to be able to get into the schedule. But that's what we're going to hope to do. That's just why we haven't done it yet.
Right. But as for seeds 4 through, or I believe 5 through 10, like you said,
Yeah.
There's about 3 games left, 3 to 4 games left, and it's this tight.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw a thing Colin Coward said.
And at this point, it's all in division too. So,
Right.
well, not division, conference, I should say.
Right. Yeah.
So that's what makes it tougher.
But although the Thunder are in a pickle right now, like it could go either way for them.
Yeah.
I think when they get in the playoffs, it's going to be on. I think that's
Yeah,
when it's going to come out.
I believe the Thunder only have I believe it was a 5% chance at missing.
Yeah.
5% chance of missing the playoffs this year. But that 5% can go up real quick with 1 loss in the last
For
3
sure.
games.
They really needed this one last night.
Yeah, against the Rockets, that was a huge game. I'm really glad they pulled it off.
Show some hope.
I do hope the Thunder make it and actually win a series.
Right.
Will it happen? I don't know because of how tight and how close all those games will be.
Right.
When those playoffs start, I expect the Western Conference to go 5-6 games every time.
Each time.
None is going to be a sweep unless it's 1 versus 8 and 2 and 7.
Right.
Everything else is going to be almost 7 games every game.
Which looks like it should.
But that's what you expect. That's what you want. You don't want something like I want it to be close. I don't want it to be a breeze for the Warriors. I don't want it to be a breeze for the Raptors. I want to be tight knit, sitting in front of my TV. That's what the NFL doesn't have. Is you watch the game, and you're like, yep, Patriots are gonna win. Just yep. There's the Jags. They played the Steelers. They're gonna stop them this time too. They haven't changed. Philadelphia was a surprise, but when they got into the playoffs, we all knew this is a damn good team.
Yeah.
No matter what, this is going to be a good game.
For sure.
But the NFL loses viewers, which I don't think will happen in the NBA now that it's so close. Yes, the 2 top teams are surpassed. They're well surpassed the level that the other teams are playing on. But I think just that tight knit between 4 through 8, just that being that close, I think it'll bring in more viewers. I think this will be one of the best playoffs in recent years, rather than just a breeze for the Warriors and a breeze for the Cavs.
Right.
And that's what I can't wait for.
That's why I do have double-sided opinions. I mean, as tight as the Western Conference is, I don't like it because the West is stacked, but I like it because it keeps you guessing.
Yeah.
You don't know what's going to happen, so it could be anywhere.
Yeah, but see, I'm not double-sided. I really hate the Western Conference because it's the top 2 teams. But this year, it's not just the top 2 teams. You have all those close teams right there.
Right.
The Nuggets, who have a chance. The Clippers, I believe, were officially eliminated last night, or the night before. And it's really tough to see them not make it, but somebody's not going to make it. Only 8 teams from each conference can make it.
Right.
Anyways, guys, finally we're going to talk about the Masters. Heading into the final day, the epic Sunday of golf, the Masters, Augusta. Great place, great food, really cheap. It's really awesome. Patrick Reed has a 3-stroke lead over Rory McIlroy, and I believe it's -14 and -11 is the separation, which is that's really great. and I'm really excited to see what happens.
Wow. And we also have Ricky Fowler coming in at third with under 9 par. Over the last 10 years, there has been 9 first-time winners, and 4 of the last 5 have been 4 different winners. Do you think that this 3-shot lead will hold up?
I think it will personally, because here's a little fun fact. Over the past 26, I shouldn't say over the past, I should say of the 26 Masters where the leader has walked in with a 3-shot lead under par, it's, let's see, it is 17 of the 26. Precisely 17 of the 26 times that this has happened, the leader has won. As much as I want to see Rory win the Masters just to complete that crown,
Right.
I don't think he's going to. I think Reed is going to hold off. I do think he's going to hold it off, and I actually think Rory is actually going to fall to third because he only has a 2-stroke lead over lead. He's only 2 strokes ahead of Fowler, like you said.
Right.
So I think Ricky Fowler is going to pull ahead of him. I don't want to see that, but I would like to see 2 Americans finish top 2. That'd be nice, USA.
For sure.
But
always repping.
I do enjoy Rory's play. He's a really great golfer.
He is.
And I can't wait to see what today holds. Part-time for Rory and Reed are at 240. They're going together, and it's really lit because they did this in the Ryder Cup this past year, and I'm really excited to see what happens. So I really hope it works out. I really hope it's a great deal. I hope Rory keeps it close, but I think Reed's going to pull this one off.
I think Rory might pull it off in the end. I'm hoping.
Three strokes is a lot for it's only the back 9. It's only 9 shots or 9 holes.
It'll be tough, but I don't know. I just have a feeling it could happen.
I hope he keeps it close. I hope it's just like the Ryder Cup where it's back and forth, back and forth. Rory won that, and I think Reed's gonna win this one.
Right.
Alright guys, that concludes this week's episode. Be sure to leave us a like if you enjoyed the episode. Also hit that subscribe button. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram. Also let us know in the comments below what you think of this setup. It's just something a little different. We thought we'd mix it up a little bit. And we have a basketball now, so that's awesome. Yeah, just let us know in the comments what you think.
And always remember guys, 1 phrase, 6 words.
Been ballin',
Still ballin',
stay ballin'.
Tell a hater get up out my face. Yeah, I've been ballin' since